Damn, if I did, I get so wavy. It seems like one day I just woke up, that shit you crazy. Never thought I'd grow up just to glow up on some wavy. Super cool and wavy, super cool and wavy. Damn, if I did, I get so wavy. It seems like one day I just woke up, that shit you crazy. Never thought I'd grow up just to glow up on some wavy. Super cool and wavy.
We still want to use that name as like
I don't know. I was thinking maybe I like that.
Wow, why? Why malevolent?
I feel like I'm not as caring as other centrists are.
As what?
I'm not as caring as other centrists. Like, wait, hold on. Say something? Okay, there we go. No, we're good. Okay. I'm saying I'm not as caring.
Well, we'll get into that. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get it. Well, all right. Well, why is that? Exactly.
I'm kind of fed up with people determining their own lives. You know, like when you give people too much freedom, it's like,
All right, well, we're really gonna get into that shit. Okay. Oh fuck. All right. For context, now I want to call you Justinian, but I can call you. It's fucking me and Sheldon because we're talking to the world. It's not just me and him.
yeah.
Well, I'll be the first to say. It's weird. It does feel like we're talking to a third person, but at least the start. Because in like 10 minutes, it won't feel like that. I just know because we just hit record. It feels like there is a third person, which there is technically. If anyone's listening, that's the third person. But dude, it's weird to like get a phone call from Sheldon. Like, fuck, it's so trippy to me. Well, actually, you know, because it's funny because last time we didn't really cover personal life stuff.
Not as much, yeah.
As in, like, I've had like, I guess I'm fucking. I don't think you ever met him, but there's this guy Noah. He's been the constant presence since high school.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, I don't know if you have this with your, I don't know, friends in general, but people usually, they don't like phone calls anymore.
That's weird as hell.
So, huh?
That's weird to me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just rare that, I don't know. It's just like a fucking blast from the past, I guess. It's like, oh, Sheldon's calling. But yeah, because most of my friends from my high school, they don't do that. The college friends, no. But it's still, I gotta get used to it. It's trippy. I was thinking another potential name would just be called Just Catching Up.
Ooh, I like that.
You do?
I do like that.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's catchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. Okay. Because it also gets around the whole like, oh, is this just a politics podcast?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, like, you watch football regularly. And so do I.
Yeah, almost all the time. Yeah.
Do you watch the other sports, or is it just football?
I'll do baseball for when it gets close to postseason, and then I'll do basketball when football ends.
Okay, so NBA, that's gonna be February to June, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are long. You know, it's funny because those are longer seasons. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. I would love to get into baseball, but every time April rolls around, it's like I just don't do it. I watched the World Series last year. That was pretty fun. I watched the World Series and the ALCS. That was the Yankees were in it too. So that's different. Actually, you know what? That's different. That's why. Because if it's not, because that is like your home team and it is the Yankees and yeah, those sports they don't. It's the good and the bad part because there's going to be so much of it. You can watch it every night, but the bad part is the games don't mean as much.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's kind of like a weird. I don't know. Like, because in football, especially towards the end of the season, you will have these games that are basically their playoffs. You know, especially with seeding. Whereas in those like baseball and basketball, it's kind of like I mean, maybe they don't have those games really, right?
Nope.
Right. Okay. So, all right. Because yeah. Okay. So it's just, we watch sports. We both love the movies. And I guess pop culture in general. Is there anything we used to like? I mean, I used to like science a lot more. I guess I don't know if you dropped that interest or not.
I'll watch like I'll do like I'll watch those channels like Veritasium and like I don't know. I like scientific history. You know, I like that shit.
Cause I remember. I forgot you. You got me in the Vsauce way back when.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Just speaking of politics, I think I fell into this group of people that I think we're coming out of now that did use science as a religious replacement.
Yeah, that's whack.
What do you mean?
It's cringe. Like I feel like you like. Come on, man! Like it's science. It's not religion. You know, I think they're very different. Science can be very cold and like heartless sometimes. You know.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay. What do you think of Neil deGrasse Tyson or Bill Nye?
I like them, but I feel like as what you said, like some people view it either as a religion or like some sort of social orientation in this world. So like they think Bill Nye and Neil, they treat them kind of the way like people will treat saints, you know. And I'm like, this is weird.
Yes,
like, you know, it's weird.
But now here's the thing, I haven't seen that in years. That kind of behavior. Is that accurate? Do you think? I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
Like it's faded away totally.
Yeah, like I don't know. I can't explain it, but I think that people are less like, I don't know. They're less inclined to like fall down that rabbit hole because I guess it's not cool anymore or whatever.
Yeah, I think it went away after Trump.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
It went because the idea was, yeah, dude. I know I forgot if we talked about it last week, but that election is fucking. That really is like a cutoff point.
Yeah.
In a way, I don't think even 9/11 is.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it really felt like. I know I said last episode that it has this feeling about anything that happened, but it's a little more like okay, the future will not be what you think it is.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like before 2016, because it felt like before 2016 we were just inevitably going to the future, and it was just going to be more technologically advanced and more diverse, and the past will just keep receding, and Trump, before he won, was just like this last gasp of the white stuff and the religious stuff, and then he's gone. And then, I mean, you had that with, but you know what's funny? Because you would think that stuff would have come back after Biden won, but it didn't. Yeah. I guess because Trump never went away. Yeah. So there was never... Because I think the religious replacement, it went from, like there was that page. I remember I fucking love science, that page.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Well, there was that. There was the God. So God had a Facebook profile.
Yeah, that too, yep.
I think that all went away once Trump, once the religious thing went from science to being anti-Trump.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. And now... I mean, Trump won, and I mean, well, we'll get into I forget if we got into like the predictions part, because it's going to really matter what happens in 2028, because that could be obviously Newsom wins, or I don't know, whoever wins. The Democrats could win, or the Republicans could win, or we could just not have election. That can happen too. But it's like it's hard to determine. I don't know, because I'm wary of saying shit that ends up being totally wrong in 3 years.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be that guy who gets it really wrong.
You know what? I think that all this shit hinges on each other. Like I think if we are involved in like a military conflict by the time election time comes around,
yes.
I can see Trump being like, "Oh, suspend the election. We're at war," you know?
Yeah. And it would make sense. Honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. It's funny. I was going through the 2004 election, and I don't know. I came away going, "Yeah, let's keep Bush." It's weird. I don't know. Maybe that is the conservative in me, but it's like, I don't know. There's some about it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm trying to throw, because I have Reagan friends like who love that stuff, and I don't know if I'm just trying to be nice to them, but I don't know. I don't know. Because I watched I watched the Bush speech in 2004, and then I watched the Kerry speech in 2004. I just came away thinking, all right, it sounds like Bush kind of has his head on his shoulders a bit more. Like, I don't know. I guess it's also hindsight, like at the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I another, probably my most neoconservative opinion is that the war in Iraq wasn't the worst idea. Actually, it's not the best idea, right? But I don't think it was the worst idea either. Where it's like, all right, I don't know. I mean, especially again at the time.
Is this Saddam Hussein and
yeah,
and then like there was like that shit about like the Scud missiles and all that. Is that what this is? Is that what the Iraq War?
That was 91. That was
Okay,
91. This is 2003, where Saddam. Yeah, Saddam. I guess because it's also like we already invaded.
Okay.
If you try to pull out immediately, that seems kind of dumb. So that might be it too. Yeah, Saddam, because the idea was in 2003, 9/11 just happened. Saddam Hussein is out there, and he's really crazy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like because I might have watched something about this recently. I think he fucked up, like, in terms of who he was attacking and when, you know? Like there's some military decisions he made where, like, if he didn't make them, he probably wouldn't have been like the idea that I get is that everyone kind of dogpiled on him, right?
On Saddam?
Yeah.
Or Bush?
Like I'm on Saddam. I mean, like, in that whole area in the Middle East, I'm pretty sure there were other countries that were like, they just didn't like him and they helped America.
Oh no, that's true. No, you're right. No, he didn't get along with the Saudis. Yeah, he didn't get along with the Saudis or the Iranians.
Yeah.
So he kind of fucked himself that way. You're right, actually. I didn't forgot about that.
So I'm with you. I
But
don't think it's the worst. And I don't think. I mean, I see why people are mad today, but it's like, this is with hindsight,
right?
You know?
Yeah, at the time, it's like, all right. I mean, again, not the worst idea, but it was illegal. That is, and it's like, all right, it is. I guess you can't just, without strong enough evidence, you kind of can't do that, and America did. Now, here's the thing: that is conservative, where it's like, yeah, that's just, it's rules on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That, like, it's the liberal thing to go, yeah, but what about the rules? And it's like, then that's an interesting liberal conservative dynamic. But yeah, are there any other topics we'd be covering besides sports, movies, and politics? Anything come to mind? Because I don't know, business.
Well,
I don't follow.
Yeah.
Any ideas?
I don't really follow that stuff. I mean, let me try to come up with a list. Sports is always good because that shit is like essentially year round, right? Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's dude, I've been watching so many movies. I watched shit. What did I watch? I don't know. I like this. You know the director Ari Aster?
Yes.
I really like his movies.
Okay.
And then
all right, some movies.
I don't really watch TV as much. Like, I fucking hate. I don't like how. Like, I like movies a little better than TV because I feel like TV is so. Consumers is the wrong word, but I feel like TV moves in these weird cycles where it's like you kind of get the same slop every like 5 years, and I'm just not a fan of that anymore.
Yeah, well, it depends on what, like, talking about old school TV or like the
new
like
new
that.
TV.
Yeah, because new television, they're basically now 8 to 10 hour movies,
Exactly.
and some of them are mini series. Some of them try to do like the 50-hour movie thing.
Well, I I miss the days when there were like these long running shows and like
Right.
they came out weekly and like
Well, right, and
know.
it's okay. Well, we'll talk about. Okay, well, I guess we'll do the movies first. Because I'm gonna say the politics almost maybe for last.
Okay, sure.
Because it's probably the biggest topic. It's
Yeah.
also it's the most relevant one. Because I mean, like Hollywood's not really putting out anything to talk about. It's just hard to even do a movie podcast only. Unless you're talking about older movies. Then it's like, all right, well, there's a plethora of material there. But in terms of like current, like, okay, what's out this week or what's out this month?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Fantastic Four, Superman.
There's that new Leo movie, One Day After Another. There's that one.
Well, right, you're right. Yeah, the one, right? Okay.
And then the football one, I think it's called Him.
Yeah, him. Okay.
But
So
that's all I know. You know, I only know those two right now.
It used to be every week.
Yeah.
There's a new movie. Okay, let's talk about it. It's a new movie. But, you know, it's one of the movies come out next year, and it's like, oh, now it's okay. Yeah. So what happened with TV? It's really bad. Especially because it used to be the best way to get into Hollywood was as a TV writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I got into an argument with my father like last week or week and a half ago, and he was like, "Oh, did this screenwriting thing ever worked out?" And it's like, dude, have you seen Hollywood lately? Like the town almost burned down.
Yeah.
9 months ago, right? It burned down, like with fire, and so like. But anyway, it used to be, because all right. So what we think of as the golden age of TV, it was Breaking Bad, the four show Breaking Bad, Mad Men, Sopranos, and The Wire.
Yeah.
Now most of those writer rooms, especially Breaking Bad, those guys like Vince Gilligan, they came up on the model of 25 episodes a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, and that's where it gets interesting, because a lot of them were just like, there were sitcoms, there was detective shows where it's just a new like case of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then some of the shows they tried to do a plot line, like X-Files half did it.
Mm-hmm.
The Lost did it fully. 24 did it fully. They did a full, big plot line.
Yeah.
And then when those went away, like jobs went away. As in you just didn't need the TV writers as much, so it became harder to just get into Hollywood. And as for movies, well, that's a different. I'm glad you miss it, because it's just a good training ground for writers, and I think it's pretty bad it went away, and I don't know if it even can come back, unfortunately. Because it really is a specific time and place. Like we used to have pulp magazines in the 40s and 30s and 50s. That was short stories, and then you had radio dramas. But I don't know. Now you have TikTok. That really, and even podcasts. Like, I can't tell you how much that stuff fucks with mainstream entertainment.
Yeah.
Because there's no mainstream. So how do you make mainstream entertainment?
Yeah. Like I hear what you're saying. Like there's almost like there's this loss of control that like these major studios have had to, I guess, the proliferation of the internet and like alternate forms of entertainment,
Right, and that's cool. It's cool for creators, but it's not. I think it's ultimately because I've seen people say it's like, yeah, but now it's easy to make a movie. But it's like, yeah, but who's watching them?
Yeah.
That to me is the biggest problem with like, oh, just make your own movies. It's like, yeah, but who will watch them?
Yeah.
And it's like, then you'll get it's sort of true where it's like, well, you make them for yourself. It's like, yeah, but that's not what. It's not gonna motivate you to keep doing it. You're ultimately gonna need some form of structure, and we don't have those anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a question for you. Like, really, like if you were because you said you want to write a novel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. If you're someone, I don't know. I guess either your age now or 10 years ago. Like, could you even recommend they become a filmmaker?
Today?
Like, yeah, today.
Like, recommend somebody become a filmmaker today?
Yeah.
What I would say
or
to
is
them,
that,
like,
yeah, like what do you say to them?
well, this is what I would say, and it's only because I've seen this success replicated. I would say, do a couple short films just so that you can get used to like the set environment, and and then do a low budget horror movie, right?
Yeah.
And then that, if it's good, if your low budget horror movie is good, right, then that'll springboard you into some other shit, you know. But it's like, it's tough, you know. It's hard because I've seen a lot of directors do that route, like the horror movie to now they're directing Shazam or some shit, you know. So it's like,
yeah.
But it's tough because you kind of get, some guys get pigeonholed and now they can only make horror movies, and then some guys are like, they never like cross over, I guess, you know. Like, we're not seeing like James Cameron's and Spielberg's,
right?
And, you know, like, we're not seeing that kind of, I guess, like a career path from some of these newer directors.
No, that's horrible. That's very concerning.
Yeah,
that
it's
they're
real bad.
Well, right. That, I mean, and just the reason it's relevant is I think that's a huge reason why I went more into podcasting and politics. Like, just naturally, it's like, all right, well, if I can't do this, it's like, yeah, I really do feel like politics, it's like the last thing we do together.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, everyone has an opinion on Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, and a strong opinion too. Whereas, like even like people, I know people watching like The White Lotus or Severance, but the opinion was always like weak. It was always like, yeah, I watched it, and anyway.
You know, I'm with you on, like, I think we need, and this is gonna sound terrible, but like, I think we need less things. Like, I wish that.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I agree.
Yeah, like, yeah. I wish that because back in the day, and this is gonna make me sound like a fucking boomer, but it's like back in the day, it's like you kind of have to watch television as it comes on, and there's only so many shows running at a time, and it's so like maybe let's say you get lucky and you've got the best cable package, so you got like 4 or 5 shows you're following concurrently. You only have those 4 or 5 shows. You can't hit up a streaming service and fucking watch a whole, you know, other show. You can't go to the video store unless you want to shell out possibly hundreds of dollars on, like, I guess, box sets of like old TV shows. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make a commitment.
That's where the movies came in, and not just like the big movies, but like this is what Quentin Tarantino came up on. He came up on basically the B movies of, I guess, the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Which was horror, like horror movies, like, I guess, thrillers and crime movies, that are mostly forgotten in history, but would just be what I get. It seems like the YouTube video replaced that.
Yeah. Or
the meme. So instead of, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, I guess it used to be these low budget movies. Those were the memes of like the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
And then it became cheap enough to make your own movies, and that's where Tarantino and like Kevin Smith came in. And now, oh god, it's I don't know.
And there's this thing about, like, there's so many different forms of entertainment, and while that's good, it also means that
Yeah.
like instead of watching like a 2 hour movie, I can sit on my phone
Yeah.
and scroll Instagram for 2 hours. You know.
Yes, and it's just as good. There's a lot of funny shit on Instagram.
There is. It's addicting.
Right. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to get me talking about it because then it's like it really is almost like a war I can't talk about.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to talk about Nam. I don't. Dad never talks about what happened in Vietnam. No, and he's never going. He's never going to tell you. All right, you tell, yeah, because that's my advice too. Like, there's some, just to be optimistic. Like, if you wanted to, I mean, I've thought about it. Yeah, low budget. Well, all right. Well, actually, okay. Two optimistic things. One is, I don't know. I feel like it is semi-likely that people will be able to use AI to help them make movies. Either, I mean, the ultimate example would be people making movies on their laptop.
Yeah.
And they don't need anyone else. And like, dude, you want to blow your brain? You're right. You want to blow your brains out? Google Avengers Doomsday, and you'll see a lot of AI content.
Yeah.
That isn't horrible.
Yeah.
It's not good, right? It's not good. But if this is what it's doing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I don't like. In 10 years, well, okay, here's the third thing. I do think, well, I mean, you actually might disagree. My view is that technological advancement, at this point especially, I do think it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can also choose, like, I'm not going to, I'm good. I'm not going to really engage with this stuff. I'm good. No, thank you.
I'm with you on that. I think, like...
You think so?
Yeah, we're at the point, like, me, I would say I'm, like, half in, half out in terms of like I do have streaming services that I like watch, from time to time, but I also like if I really like a movie, I buy the Blu-ray, you know what I mean, and like so then I can have a physical copy.
Okay.
And then like I am the type to like still go to movie theaters. Like I truly love going to a movie theater, sitting down and watching a movie in a theater as opposed to like my home,
Right. No, I did. What was the last movie you went and saw then?
Let me think. Shit. What came? Oh, it was Fantastic Four. I saw that in theaters.
All right. Well, fun. What did you think of it? What did you think of Fantastic Four?
It was cool. I think it's a nice break from. I don't want to call it Marvel slop, but it's a nice break from. Marvel has this thing where some of the movies are like, if you haven't watched 3 movies before, then this movie seems a little weird,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So it's a good break from that, but also it's kind of like, I'm in this weird spot where it's like, I love this epic that Marvel has laid out over, 20 fucking films, but it's also like, that makes it hard for you to appreciate every individual film and judge it, I would say, more harshly than you normally would, and so I'm in this weird spot where it's like Thunderbolts. I thought Thunderbolts had such a really great view on mental health and how depression affects people,
right,
and trauma and all that shit. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool. But at the end of the movie, it's just like shoehorning in. Oh, guess what? They're the new Avengers, and they're gonna do this now. And then I'm like, well, there was a really cool point you made about depression and mental health and like someone's traumatic past, but it's like it's overshadowed by, and the new Avengers will appear in Doomsday, Marvel's Doomsday or whatever. It's like, okay, man.
Yeah, it's a killer. It's not the worst problem, but it is a bit of I don't know. I wish we didn't.
Yeah.
Like, what if we didn't?
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine trying to do that in like 1940s movies.
Yeah.
Where you just try to shoehorn, like, just put every movie in the same cinematic universe, and it's like, no, there's definitely, it's a killer because it's another Marvel movie. It's not, this cool new idea. It's just one of 40 fucking movies. I think it might, if you add up the Disney Plus stuff and count them as, it's got to be, it's 60, right?
Dude, I don't even want to think about how much there is.
So Feige admitted this is a problem with, he admitted, what did he say? He said, he admitted, okay, that we put out way too much stuff that not enough people are watching. And he said the stuff after Secret Wars won't have that problem.
Okay.
So that's interesting. And I did, because I was watching. The most fun I had this summer, which is, again, because of the politics, has been just awfully bleak. That's all. I gotta be honest. It's hypothetically, let's say we do World War III. What happens to the Avengers movies?
Right. See, that's, you know what, Paul, something that I've believed in for, like, I want to say about a couple months now, is that there will be no, like, major significant change as long as, I don't know, your Amazon packages still get delivered. Or,
well,
you know, like, as long as those systems of infrastructure are still in place, like, people aren't going to care enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if let's say there is truly, let's say this Israel-Palestine shit gets insane, right? And like now Israel's just bombing everyone around them, right? And it's about to kick off World War III. A real question that's going to be asked is like, but how will World War III affect, like, our bottom line? You know, like Johnson is going to be like, well, you know, World War III can happen, but how about we don't go to war? And how about we just keep doing this consumerist, you know, experiment in America for as long as we possibly can?
Right. Well, it's the deeper underpinning of why the nothing ever happens meme is really funny. Yeah. Because it's the reason nothing ever happens is it's there's still money to make.
Yeah.
And there might, that's the thing. I think we're getting a little into politics, but for the sake of the point, it's like the question will become: will there ever be a point where there's not enough money to be made? And if you look at the economy right now, I mean, have you read anything about the economy the past week? Or
I think something good's happening. I can't tell.
Some's really. It's basically, it came out that the authorities are basically admitting, all right, so one half of the country's in a recession, the other half, one third of the country's in a recession, the other third is in stagflation. But the boomers are doing well. Of course. Well, that's the other, because I've been trying to play. It's like, okay, when will things get crazy? And as the boomers die away, oh God, there's a really chilling possibility. What if they just don't? I'm not even kidding with, like, technology.
Yeah.
What if these people live, like, they're still alive when they're 130? Now what?
Jesus Christ.
Right. I'm not even joking. Like, technically, I don't know. Does the human body have to die at 100?
No, it's more like, and you're right about the life expectancy increasing. So we could very well see this whole generation of boomers go right into, like, the 110s, possibly 20s.
Right. And it's like, I don't know if that's because what I was originally going to say was that what was I going to say? It was some, like, okay, so once the boomers die off, well, no, it could still happen, because the problem is, even though they're old, they're the people in, like, the enforcers of the quote-unquote regime will get older.
Yep.
And our people will replace them. That's when then that might not matter. It'll just be really ugly, where it's like they are turning off the machines that keep grandma alive. They will absolutely. I'm not kidding. That really isn't a joke. There will be. I hate to say it, but not joking. If it comes to that, I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, see, I guess that's where maybe you are malevolent centrist, because it really is like I don't know, Grandma. You kind of fucked over all of your children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
So maybe you do get turned off at 100, and that's it.
Well, just imagine imagine like the immense strain that all of these boomers are currently and going to have on all of the elderly care. Yeah, like on healthcare and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, look, the one saving grace. So the good news in my I forget how much I've gotten into my personal life. I mean, my life went to shit. Unfortunately, the past 9 months. My two choices are education or home health aid, actually. Mm-hmm. So it seems like for anyone who's down and out, it seems like, because they give out 75-hour courses. So it's gonna, I don't know, man. It's almost weird because I can kind of see that working. It's just gonna be weird. I don't know, because it kind of, like, if you think about it, it does work, right? Where it's like, okay, the young. I mean, it definitely, human progress will stall. Maybe that's a good thing. But it will be like you're gonna just the entire youth generation will spend their middle age just taking care of old people.
Yeah, and what I'm also thinking that people have been saying shit. They've been saying shit like, oh, when all the boomers die, there's going to be this massive transfer of wealth.
Well, that's what I was going to. Massive transfer of wealth, and because they're just leaving power, new people will come and they'll have different ideas.
But think about it like this: like if I'm in charge of, let's say, like I'm in charge of a healthcare company,
yeah,
like not like a big pharma company where I have like limits on how much I can profit, but like, let's say I'm like a company that offers, retirement homes or something like that, right?
Right.
And I know that the boomers are getting old and they need to stay in these homes. I'm just going to raise prices and extract wealth from them,
Yeah.
Because they have the wealth and like
it's a profit motive.
Yeah, and they want to live longer. So I feel like this fucking mythical wealth transfer, I don't think it's going to happen, dude.
Yeah.
I think they're going to prolong their lives.
Right. And so at that point, again, I'm sorry, because I don't know, bro. There's a point where they'll just take it from you. I get in trouble with this. I'll say this: we'll dance around a bit because this gets into politics. Just because the people who stand up for the boomers the most among young people are what I call the young right liberals. So like people who really like Ronald Reagan. Mm-hmm. They really like the boomers, okay? And their view is it would be very, very, very bad if you stole the boomers' money. Now, I agree halfway. I agree, but that's me kind of just, like, I'm a Catholic. I think human life is an infinite relevance, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem is, it's kind of like if you poke the bear?
Yeah.
Right. If you poke the bear for 80 years, you sure they're not going to turn off the machine?
Yeah.
It's just one flip of a button and you're dead, Grandma. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, because that's the thing that we have, and I think we're at that point already right now. I don't know, dude. I don't know if it'll get any worse. I don't know. Because the Donald Trump pitch, the reason he was elected is I'm going to make you all a bunch of money. If he can't do that, we're going to have to try something else.
Yep. And
we'll get into that later. But I want to put a pin up. But what do you think? That isn't a joke question. If crazy shit happens, what happens to because there's gonna be the biggest, they're gonna try and make the biggest movies of all time, right? These two, especially at least Secret Wars. It's just like you know what? How about this? Let's say in an alternate scenario in 2019. I mean, I guess COVID kind of gave a run through of that, but that's just people staying home.
Mm-hmm.
What if in 2019, for some bizarre reason, China and Russia invaded America? For whatever reason. Like, what happens to that movie?
Like, I don't know.
Right?
Like, I really don't know.
Because I know, like, with 9/11, they delayed the football too, right? It's like they delayed football for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back the next, I think, on the 22nd of September. The football, well, weirdly enough, wow, 24 years ago, not to the day, but this week, 24 years ago, football was back. Yeah, well, and because it's like, well, what if, the Amazon packages, like how? I mean, if you think about it, how do those packages get to the house, right?
Yeah, well, see, that's what I like. I truly believe that there's like a, and this is why America's been, I guess, so great for so long. It's because we've been such a stable country. Like, even with the kids protesting Vietnam, and even with the civil rights movement, we've still kind of been like a relatively stable country. Like, there's been no major, civil wars or uprisings.
The last one was 1865.
Exactly. So it's like because I think Americans have, like, in general, have just gotten very used to, like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. This optimism. And I think that if you have that optimism, if you've literally been raised generationally, like, your parents didn't experience anything crazy, they didn't experience anything crazy. I mean, there was World War II, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
but that wasn't existential.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, think about the people who live in, like, I don't know, man, like, fucking, well, look, Gaza Strip. People live in the fucking Gaza Strip. Like, they only know conflict.
Israel.
Yeah, they only know conflict.
Well, most of the world, and there's mixed. And look, that's actually. And speaking of movies, I do read this stuff for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Is most of the world is like that.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I think it might be good for the human spirit.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like it's that malevolent.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's like, you kind of, if you have nothing to live or die for, that just sounds really depressing.
Yeah.
And soul killing.
And remember how we said that's the boredom there, It's like, the boredom comes from not really having, like, an existential threat, so you get bored.
And then that's when it's like, this Trump guy is really fucking funny. What if? And what if?
Yeah.
You just imagine, like, what if? I know, but what if he won? No, don't, the boredom.
Yeah, and it's like when you hear Charlie Kirk say shit like, what the fuck did he say? He said something outlandish. He said something like, Islam is the knife that the Democrats...
that will cut the throat, yes.
But, you see, the reason why he's using that language is because, like, that language motivates people. Because then you think, oh my God, like, we're not at a literal war, but we're at, like, a cultural war. There's, like, a social war, and so we need to rally the troops. We need to show up at the ballot box. We need to, et cetera,
Yeah, and what do you think? Because you're a centrist liberal, but it's interesting because most centrist liberals, what centrism means, it's center liberal. It's like you affirm liberalism and its continuation. And the whole point of liberalism is that it's supposed to create an environment where people don't say that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The point of liberalism is everyone just makes more money. Yeah, someone on Twitter pointed this out. It's utterly fast. It's a similar point. They said something a little different, but it seems like liberalism creates a certain peace that ends up becoming really boring, and people disrupt it to go back to the old ways.
Yeah.
And then the old ways are pretty hard. Well, but I guess that's the thing. I mean, because that's where I'm at. It's like, can we keep liberalism? Is it worth keeping?
I don't know. I think I think this shit has to move in cycles, unfortunately, Like, it just has to.
But is there, well, is liberalism a cycle, or is it an aberration that just was never really meant to be?
No, I think
That's
it's
kind of something I think about.
I think it's part of the cycle. Like if you look at the history of a country like Iran, right?
Yeah.
Iran went from being, this very they had those leaders that they outlawed. They tried to outlaw gambling, prostitution, drinking, etc.
Yeah.
They were very like, what's the word? Like a religious state, etc. But there was a guy who came in and was like, fuck all of that. And it was like this super liberal country for like a really not a really long time, but for a good amount of time. And then that spurred people. I mean, it's more complicated in the way I'm making it out to seem, but then people
I know. Like, I know.
Yeah. Like now it's like a new revolution, a new regime. And now that, like, I'm saying that it's like, these are two sides of the coin is the wrong word, but think of it like the pendulum, we just got to swing back and forth, unfortunately, because people living right now today like don't understand what it was like to live exactly 100 years ago today,
Right.
And so because they don't know that, because they don't experience it, like you can tell them, like I can go up to a woman and be like, hey, your husband was allowed to sexually assault you, within the confines of your relationship. Like you couldn't own any land. Didn't have a bank account, etc. Like I could say these things to them, but I don't think they understand like what it means. You get what I'm saying?
They don't, and they don't. It sounds. They're missing the good parts of that too. I think most liberals do. Is it literally just means down your own. That's it. Now liberals will hear that and go, "What if I want to be on my own? Or what if the guy's bad?" And it's like, right, I mentioned this last week. The liberal skepticism. And it's like, it's an acid. First of all, I think if you're really going to go into questioning every single fucking thing, you're going to end up pretty unhappy. But how do I put it? Yeah, that's what that was for. It's like you didn't have your own bank account because you weren't on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way it's supposed to work with the husband is it's the same way. He's not on his own either. He has family and that kind of thing. Once you individualize everything, now you are on. And that's why, I don't know, dude. We've never. See. That's what I mean. That's what I mean about it's just politics. It's like because the Avengers comes out in what 2 years? Actually, a year from now, yeah. Avengers Doomsday comes out. But we'll try to get back to that in a second. But we've never had a Great Depression where the culture was liberal. I don't think. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Because, well, on the one hand. Yeah, I don't know. Because on the one, I've asked friends this, and one said, like, yeah, if a Great Depression happens, it's going to be Mad Men. Because there's going to be nothing holding people back from just being insane.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the whole point of liberalism is a dark part of it is that it's about breaking up people so that they don't do crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. Which
is dark and a bit fucked up. But it's kind of, if you're on your, I don't know. And I do think that theories, it's going to be put to the test. I mean, a bit of recent news, at least on my side of Twitter, is people are very upset that Charlie Kirk, like, they're not doing the whole arresting all the liberals thing. They're upset. And now it's, I don't know. The next 3 years will be interesting on that front. Is it okay? Are you going to try January 6th again?
Yeah.
Because that's where the rhetoric's going, unless this is all just talk. It might be all just talk. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. All right, movies. I'm trying to... Actually, would you want to pause and break this up a bit?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me go... I forgot what I was going to do, but I got to go put this bowl in the sink or something.
Okay, pause it, yeah.
Okay, we are live. We are back.
Okay, we're back. A little ad break, I guess.
So, sports, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel so much less comfortable talking about sports just off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Tell me live on it. Who won last night? The Cardinals or the Seahawks?
Seahawks won.
How big? What was the score?
It was like 20-23, I think, something like that.
Oh, that's close. All right, because what I usually do with football, I will tune in. Sometimes I'll watch the full games, but sometimes I'll also tune in like at the end, especially if it's close.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we talked about this over. Well, I feel so much less comfortable talking about sports just off the top.
Well, I got like. Well, we could do a quick recap, like.
Yeah. And where we're. Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah,
what? Like, is it football? Is football your main sport right now?
It's my only sport. Yeah,
Nice.
well, in the college games.
Nice.
It's it's because it's so unconscious. Part of the fun of it is not thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't have to analyze anything. It's just a guy runs and he catches a ball and he gets fucking bulldozed.
Yeah.
And then he gets a flag now because it's that kind of NFL now. It's pussy ball. So I will. That is a real thing, though. That really did. We did talk about that. How the league has changed.
Oh yeah,
because
so
of
much.
the pussy ball.
And I think like what we're seeing now is we're seeing players get older and older. So I think that's like
we just talked about it.
Yeah, I'm like, the rules are working. Like maybe people aren't literally dying at the age of 45, you know?
Which if that's a good, but I don't know. I'll say this is interesting because this is apparently a dialogue in the Catholic Church. Is the morality of fighting, as in like boxing, UFC, and the church actually does semi-answer that it is not totally licit. It lets you make your own decision, but I don't know, my priest is like, yeah, I can't support it. And now, he said the reason why football is okay, but boxing isn't, is boxing is meant to just beat the shit out of someone. The problem with football, though, is there's a version of football that is that too.
Yeah.
Well, right? Because like basketball's not that. Hockey a little bit actually, but baseball, no, obviously. But football is like, no, it really is. Can you hit the guy as hard as fucking possible?
And what's interesting, and this is like an uninformed position, but I've always felt like football, but in the same vein, like boxing and potentially some of the martial arts, there's like a level of respect that's in there, like sportsmanship. Like I know when I did karate, like there was this idea of like you would fight, but it's like you would score points, you know? And like of course there were takedowns, you did want to hit them hard, etc. But it was all about like the technique and how you hit your opponent. So I say all this to say MMA is one of the most disgusting sports ever. It is.
Why?
Because it's brutal, and the thing I hate about MMA is if you get hit and you go down, like you fall down on the ground, the fight doesn't stop. As long as you're conscious, the other guy can get on top of you and deliver more brain damage. You know what I mean?
Well, what's interesting, there is movie news from one of our, I guess, big directors, who works for the same studio as Ari Aster. The guys who made Good Time and Uncut Gems.
Oh, the new movie with The Rock.
Yeah. So at first I was like, a fighting movie? Why? But then I learned like, oh no, he's from the old days of UFC where it was like there was even less rules.
Yeah.
Apparently. So then it became like, okay, that's actually really interesting. Okay. Because I was like, what's a fighting movie? But I didn't know, but it's like, okay, that's very interesting. Where it really is, because it was illegal in certain. Like I think that, I think it still might be actually.
Maybe in some states. I don't know.
Yeah, can you Google that? I'm not on my phone. That's a very interesting fact check.
Yeah, let me see.
Like,
Let me see. Is the UFC legal? Let's see. It says it's now legal in all 50 states. It wasn't always.
when was the last time it was illegal in certain states?
It says New York was the last state to legalize the sport in 2016. Right?
2016.
That's
yeah, wow,
crazy.
okay. But from what you're describing, it makes sense. It really is like a just beat the fuck out of the other guy.
Well, it's like because the games, like I don't know how they're won because I don't pay much attention to sport, but at least in boxing it's like there's a point system. There are judges, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the UFC, the only time I see somebody win is when they quite literally put the other person into a coma. You know, it's like that means you won. You know, and I'm like that's crazy.
Now, yeah. So with football, then it's kind of like. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it worth it? Like, to have a real, like... But I don't know. Like, so, I don't... do you prefer offensive games or defensive games?
That's...
Or do you...
You know, like, the defensive games that I like are the ones where... Like, you know how people don't like blowouts? I generally enjoy blowouts. And I like it when... Yeah, just because I think... Then this might be a little toxic, but I like it when you can show that you are so much more... Like when you're so much better than your opponent, you know, like when it's...
Well, college football, it's so funny that's actually why. Remember Urban Meyer?
I fucking love that dude.
Well, one there's an old meme of apparently on the NFL Reddit it became a meme that he finger blasted a college girl.
Insane.
After. Okay, right, okay. So and he's a weird he tried to kick his own kicker or something like that.
Yeah, yep.
So there's a little bit of that. But one of his issues, and this I think goes for a lot of college coaches, is in college there's just the basic math of, again, I'm stealing this from a Reddit comment, but it's like you run a 4-3, the other guy runs a 4-8. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the game.
Yeah.
That's it. The NFL doesn't have that. They all run a 4-4.
Yeah.
So when you get to the big game, you kind of it's just weird and different, and it's just a harder game. It's a different game to coach.
Mm-hmm.
I've also heard because the players are older and they don't see you as like a father figure. You're just their boss.
Yeah.
That's another weird dynamic that college coaches have to get used to. Also, is Bill Belichick? I think he is doing well at UNC.
I don't know. Last time
The
I checked,
first game was bad.
Yeah, the first game was bad. Yeah.
But I think he did win the other three, and because what he might be facing is the opposite problem, which is what is it? It's where it's like he's thinking like he's their boss, but they think he's like dad.
Yeah.
Or it's and that might be its own bizarre mismatch.
Yep. Where
the kids want him to be a mentor figure, and he might not be. I don't know. What was I going to? Yeah. I guess that is a really interesting question, because there is an idea of like if you change the game went up, is it the same game? Like, huh?
No, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No, it's like if you can't have intense tackles anymore, is it still football, or is it? I mean, people say it's like flag.
No, I think it's because I watch all the games, right? Like when I say I watch all the games, I mean I quite literally. I think last year I missed one game or two games, and then this year I've missed one game so far. But like I still see people get like laid the fuck out. You know what I mean? And it's just you just have to change the way you tackle. You know. But
it's okay. Yeah, at some point. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, who's up for this week then?
I'm definitely gonna watch the Giants game. I'm trying to think if there's any other good games I want to watch. I do want to see the Indianapolis game because I want to see how they do against a real team like the Rams.
Oh, well, who are their first three opponents?
Some fucking bums. I can't remember. Like I think they played Miami, which was dog shit team. I think they played the Titans, maybe dog shit team, and then there was another team they played. Oh, they beat the Broncos, but they barely beat the Broncos. Like they barely beat them. Yeah.
Right. So that's gonna be, I guess, because Giants fans are waiting for the real Daniel Jones to come out.
Yeah.
Because I know at first they were calling him Indiana Jones, but I guess people forget, to sound a bit snarky, that the whole Daniel Jones thing was he was like a shittier Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Whereas he would have these great games and then the bad games.
Mm-hmm.
And he never knew which one would really show up, except that you would always. Well, here's the thing: he's like the if they're the same, if they're on the same coin, he's on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Eli Manning, he would show up more often than that. Whereas with Daniel Jones, it seemed like he doesn't show up more often than that.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, here's the fun. Yeah, this is the fun of sports. You can go like, okay, what if Daniel Jones was on the 2007 Giants? What happens?
I don't know. I don't think we do anything good with Daniel Jones on that team.
Do you think? Because the Daniel Jones problem is, I actually see. This is how well I do know this stuff. Is I know they beat the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Packers, and the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a Daniel Jones team would lose to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or they lose, or they beat them, but then they lose pretty bad to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to get. They wouldn't get past the Cowboys.
Nah.
Absolutely not.
Nah.
They would just. But I'd have to look into how Eli did during those games.
You know, Eli was good for the thing. I think that differentiated Eli from like other quarterbacks is that he did not always have a good O-line, and that didn't stop him from like winning some games. So like he would literally get you could go look up clips. He would get sacked, and they would literally throw him to the ground like he's hitting his head on the turf.
Yeah.
And he would get up and then just act like nothing happened and like go do another down, you know?
Yeah, you can't measure that. Other than he did have that giant streak of games played.
Yeah.
This is the fun of sports, because I'll get my computer and look this up, because I actually am curious about how he performed, because I know Peyton Manning. I mean, I know his 2015 season was not good.
Which one is that? Is that his first one with the Broncos?
His second Super Bowl. His final season with the Broncos, where they call him the corpse of Peyton Manning.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he just wasn't there. Really. Let me get my thing. Let me get the computer. Yeah, because I know in the games that Peyton lost, he also was not good in those games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't like he did amazing and then they just lost and it was sad. It's like, no, he would have a bad game and the Colts.
Yeah.
So let me go here. Yeah, so let's see. Eli Manning. Here we go. I in here I could also just look up tomorrow's Sunday's games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's always fun to remember he was a Chargers. He was a Charger for a day.
Yeah.
Do you know why this is a rhetorical question, but do you know why he didn't play on the Chargers?
Oh yeah, his dad was like, "Fuck that shit."
Yeah. Do you know why? I couldn't. There's never an official answer as to why, besides saying the Chargers, the ownership sucks.
Yeah.
That is the closest I've found to a real reason.
Mm-hmm.
So regular season. So how do I find his actual stats during well, you can kind of get a picture. Well, yeah, I mean, all right. So I want to get the exact stats of how he did each game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, okay. So the Buccaneers game, he was 20 for 27, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
85 yards is crazy.
185. 185.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 85 yards with 2 touchdowns. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Well, right, this is Manning. So Manning's quarterback rating for the game was 132.4.
That's good.
Yeah, it's insane. Let me see if it says. Yeah, so Eli Manning for the entire 2007 run. Well, yeah, so the 2007 run, he had 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rating was 95.7. Completion percentage was 61.3, and yards 854.
Damn.
So, and then in 2011, it was 65 completion percentage, 103 quarterback rating, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1,200 yards, which is wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Daniel Jones does that. You know?
Yeah, not at all.
Well, because let me see his stat. Was he also like injured a lot?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was more like, and what we're seeing now is like, there's a lot going on with the coaching staff and like like they're not doing well with what they have.
And so yeah, I don't know. Even yeah, it does. Yeah, it just seems like Daniel Jones just doesn't. Yeah, wow, doesn't really compare. His best season was 22, where he had 3,200 yards. Well, his completion percentage was pretty good. I mean, very impressive, 67%. Quarterback rating was 92. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, better than his first season might have tricked people because he had 24 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, weird guy.
Yeah.
So they're playing. The Colts are. Yeah, so so the Cardinals, because I saw the Cardinals the score at when it was like it looked like it was over, and I guess they did 2 touchdowns, the Cardinals at the end, but it wasn't enough. Which always is kind of sad.
Dude, I saw something crazy about the Cardinals.
What?
The quarterback, Kyler Murray, right?
Yeah.
Apparently when they're leading, so when the Cardinals are leading, his stats are terrible. Like his completion percentage, like his QB rating. However, when they are trailing, like when the Cardinals are trailing in a game, their like efficiency as an offense is like some of the highest in the league.
But that's interesting,
right?
Because then it's never enough for them to win.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, you're always playing from behind.
It's crazy. Like it's just that was just an insane stat. I saw it on like, what did I see it on? I saw it on either the Cardinals subreddit or the NFL subreddit.
Okay, because they were 8-9 last season. That exactly adds up. Yeah, because there's some. It's a fun game to play too with a team's record, where you look at the games and you go, all right, let's flip. What if you added on the games where they lost by a touchdown or less?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Because that's how you can tell when a team is better than you think it is, and conversely when they're worse than you think they are.
Like the Chiefs.
I do remember.
The Chiefs last year. So the Chiefs last year were
Yeah.
almost there were so many games that they won that were just one score games, right?
Well, all
And
right, let's look at that.
and then they get to the Super Bowl and they get fucking spanked.
See, well, I guess one of the questions: do you think it's gonna happen? What do you think happens in them this season?
Oh, I think they have too many injuries. They're like
Okay, they're done.
not done, but it's like they need at least a year to regroup. You know?
Yeah, it sounds about right actually. Because their run is almost. Well, yeah, I get that is a sports question. Is it unprecedented?
Yeah.
I know the sports. Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way: as a starter, right? Patrick Mahomes, his floor is the AFC Championship.
I know. Overtime. It's not just the AFC Championship; it's overtime.
Yep.
The AFC Championship,
which is disturbing. Like that's an insane stat, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find their last season. Yeah, so I because the thing with Brady is his big successes. It's split in two. There's the first run and the second run. And there's just a fun statistic out there, or a fun little article that points out he had 3 Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Right, so that's pretty fun. But really, what the 7 Super Bowls, it's divided in 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I guess the second one's probably more impressive, especially because he's older.
Yeah.
Let me see the Chiefs. Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. The Raiders and Chargers were close in week 13-14. Week 10's close. Tampa Bay's close.
Yep.
Falcons was kind of close. Bengals were kind of close. Ravens were a touchdown away. And the Broncos fucking spoiled, but they sat their starters, so that's fine. That's different. And then that Super Bowl was one of the worst games I've ever seen, to be honest with you.
Wait, which one?
The last year, this year.
Oh yeah, the Eagles beating the shit out of them.
That was horrible. That was just a total diarrhea game of just why. It's funny because I do remember this. I do remember at the end they scored 16 points in the second half.
Yeah.
So it was like it doesn't make it look as bad,
but it was bad.
It was so horrible. It was horrible. It was very, very bad. Total disappointing. Because the one before was the past 2 were awesome.
Well, the overtime. They had overtime with the 49ers.
With the 49ers. And then the first Eagles game, it was awesome until the ref ball happened.
Yeah.
People, I didn't think. Did you think that was ref ball?
A little bit. Because I've watched football for so long now, it's like I'm starting to watch the game in a different way where like I'm recognizing some of the penalties that the refs are missing, and it kind of gets me pissed.
Okay. So it was kind of ref ball.
Yeah.
Why kind of not full on ref ball?
Because it's like sometimes a lot of it. Sometimes it's this thing. It's like this phenomenon where you only see where your attention is directed to, you know. And so it's like if there's a big pass interference call, you know, everyone sees it because the ref threw the flag. But there may have been like defensive or offensive pass interference on like 3 plays before, but we just didn't see it because the ref didn't throw a flag.
Yep. So let me. Oh well, this is a fun fact. So there's a groundskeeper, George Toma, who's 96, and he was the groundskeeper for every Super Bowl since the first one.
Holy shit!
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
When was Super Bowl one? What year was that?
1967.
67. And what is it? 25? It's 2025 now.
Yeah.
So, like, what does that
He-
make him? He's been the ambassador for 38 years?
Huh?
Is that 30? No, I did the math wrong. It's not 38
That's
years.
50. That's 56.
My bad. I added 5 instead of 25.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Oh, this is so sad. You know what? You know what happened? You know why that was his last Super Bowl?
No, why?
Because it was he did a horrible job, apparently.
Oh, shit.
That's kind of a little fucked up. Because it's like you want to. Oh man. Because I get why you want to keep the same guy forever. Because at some point it becomes a cool gimmick. Like, oh, this guy's the same. He's the one from Super Bowl I. But yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm reading about it now. So yeah, the field condition was criticized by both teams. Players in both sides could be seen slipping on the grass. Some Eagles fans question is because he's a Chiefs employee.
Oh, shit.
So, and the playing surface hampered the Eagles' defensive line. Yeah, he said so. This guy's name is Toma, George Toma. He blames the league field director for overwatering the playing surface and like bringing the portable surface indoors and blah blah blah. Okay, well, okay. That's a fun fact that became a sad fun fact.
Poor guy.
Yeah, no, it's like I get it. I get at some point it becomes like a gimmick. It's like, oh, this guy, he served in the Korean War.
Jesus.
So it's like it's a gimmick. It's like this guy's been around forever. He still he still does it.
It's funny to picture them like wheeling him out. He's in like a wheelchair.
Again, just as a gimmick, just as like, this is a guy. He's from the first. He saw Joe Namath.
He's like fucking senile. Like he can barely understand what's going on. They're like whipping him. They're like, "Hey, tend to the field."
Right, it's like, but it is he fought in the Korean War. It's like, oh, that's a neat factoid.
It is super.
It's
cool.
a piece of history right there. Okay, but then he just fucks up enough where it's like, again, it's just funny that's his luck. Because it would be better if it was like, all right, he got one more shot and then he retired.
Yeah.
Like, no, he fucked up and then he's out. So okay, that's all right. Well, anyway, I thought it was a great game, and I'm kind of I don't know. I'm actually I don't know how the Super Bowl is seen now. Because I remember thinking this could be one of the best ones ever, except I know that last call is gonna ruin it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm reading more about the Eagles. They fucked up 2023 in the Eagles, which I totally forgot about now. All right. Yeah, I'm curious, and where can I find like a review of the game itself? All right. Anyway, yeah. The cornerback was like, yeah, I did hold him, which I forgot happened.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. I'm trying to. So let's see before we go to the politics shit. Chargers, Giants, Eagles, Buccaneers, Commanders, Falcons, Vikings, Steelers. What's annoying is I don't have because right now it's like the records being shown are this year's. I would rather see last year's.
Yeah.
To know how good the game will be.
Yeah.
Eagles are playing the Buccaneers.
That's gonna be a good one because they have a small rivalry that's been developing, and I think they were beat. I think the Buccaneers beat them last year. So
why are they developing a rivalry?
It's just one of those things where it's like the Eagles seem like a super team, and last year they lost to Baker, so it's like, okay,
Okay. One of those.
is he like, is this the kryptonite of the Eagles? Is it the Buccaneers?
Yes, yeah, those. Yeah. No, I know. Okay, I know exactly what that is. Okay. Yeah, they beat, and it wasn't close either. It was they lost 16-33.
Yep.
All right, that'll be interesting. Saints, Bills, Patriots, Panthers, Browns, Lions. Remember those two? Again, when I was growing, those are the two worst fucking teams.
Yeah.
Fucking the Browns and the Lions. Do you remember that growing up?
Yeah.
Remember John Kitna?
No, I don't. Who's that?
That was the Lions quarterback. Dante Culpepper was there for a year or two.
Oh, I see what
He was
you're
also
saying
with the
there.
Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Another horrible team of that time period.
What were what? Let me think. The teams that were ass when we were growing up. It was like the Lions, right?
Lions, Raiders, Browns.
Raiders, Browns.
The Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting this all from I'm remembering the Madden days, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good. Yeah, the Raiders were I think it was really just those three. That just
the
sucked
Jets.
every
The
year.
Jets, man, the Jets.
That wasn't not then though. Since 2010, they were there, but before that they were actually good.
And then Bills were ass, right?
Yeah, the Chiefs the Chiefs always mediocre to decent.
Yeah.
Would be but never good.
Jaguars have always been ass. Well,
Yeah.
there was one year when we were real little that they made some game, like the AFC Championship, maybe.
Boys, that was Coughlin.
Yeah. That was Coughlin.
And then they've had some good, but mostly mediocre, never impressive.
The Panthers were terrible until Cam Newton, right?
Yeah, kind of, sorta. They had Jake Delhomme they had a Super Bowl. Yeah, they had a good year with the 2003. They were good. They were good in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think who else. The Falcons had some rough years.
Yeah, but they did have Matt Ryan, so I'll put a little question mark next to them.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it really is the Lions and the fucking Browns
Yeah.
that stand out like a sore thumb. Where it's like, oh, not anymore. That's pretty good. Colts, Rams, Bears, Raiders, Ravens, Chiefs, Packers, Cowboys is the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
And then a doubleheader, which is fun. Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos. Like, it'll be fun. I guess we'll do anything from college off the top of your head.
I only really follow ASU, and they are playing right now. But there should be some good games. I don't know.
Though they're losing right now.
They are losing. Yes.
Virginia's Florida. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put Florida State's at a. Well, let's see if I could do this really quickly because they're losing to Virginia.
FSU.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me put this on in the background while we, I guess, go to politics in a minute. But how do you watch your games? Are you a pirate?
Yeah, sometimes I'll use like a site like Stream East or something, but for the most part, I just have like a satellite, like a little antenna hooked up to my TV that catches like the local channels, and so I just watch Fox and CBS and watch the games on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It catches what local channel?
So
Any
like
local channel?
Yeah, so there's this thing that's like, I don't know when they switched over from basic cable to like quote unquote like antenna. Well, there was always antenna TV, but it's like you can get like a $5, $6 antenna from Best Buy or something, and then you can connect it to the coaxial in the back of your TV, and then what it does is it literally just it picks up like channels.
Okay.
So there's a local Fox for every city. There's a local CBS. There's a local NBC, and so you know how the NBC games are usually night games and the only ones that are on. So like I'll watch the NBC game on NBC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they so 14. All right, I'll let me just keep it in the background at least a tiny bit. Yeah, they're trying. They have the ball. Florida State has the ball. It's 4 minutes left and counting. So that goes. It's gonna go quick.
What's the score?
Okay. Well, 28-35.
Oh shit!
You're the 18
Okay.
in the country.
Mm.
Yeah, Friday Night Football is fun. I gotta say, I do like.
Yeah, it is.
I'll check in on this.
You know, there's a law, and this is something I found out recently.
Yes, I know what you're about to say.
Okay, good, yeah. And then you know how
Okay.
the NFL gets around that law by having games in Brazil.
Wait, so just for the third person in the room, the law is what is it?
It's like the NFL can't broadcast on Fridays because they will take away from high school games. Yeah, like
yeah.
And so but the NFL is sneaky, so what they're doing now is they host games in like Brazil, you know, early in the year so that they can kind of bypass the time restrictions in which they're allowed to broadcast.
When's the Brazil game? Because there's a game.
Oh no, that one happened already. It was earlier in the year, the Brazil game.
What was it, on a Saturday or?
It was on a Friday. It was Chargers versus shit. Who did the Chargers play? Oh, the Chiefs. They played the Chiefs in Brazil week 1.
Okay. Intercepted, by the way. I guess they're fucked. Okay. And you know what it is? It's a road game at Virginia Tech. I want to make a fucked up joke because they had that school shooting. So
They did. Yeah, they did.
Give them just give them the win, Florida State.
I know, right? A pity win.
It's a pity. We never get over that.
They haven't recovered, man. They haven't recovered.
No. You know, I don't think they did. I think they had a great season that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, they were at number that. Do you know the story of the 2007 college football season?
No, I don't.
You know, it's the greatest season. Maybe we'll cover it in like a future sports section, but it's like it was the best college football season ever because every week the number 2 team and the number 1 team would lose.
Oh.
And it just kept happening.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, dude. So that's a thing that happened.
Ooh, let's take a break. So we're at 37.
Yeah, take a break. They just did another school shooting, by the way. Just the whole team got shot again. It's the same guy too. He came back from the dead. No, the kids came back with him though. They did the school shooting too. It's a whole army. It's crazy. Stephen A. Smith is crying somewhere. They shot John Gruden.
Not John Gruden.
Yeah. So it's very sad. Prayers up for Virginia State. But and they went after the Asians too, specifically in the crowd. They had some against the Asians, I guess. So very sad. Anyway, All right, so let's go to conservatism.
Yeah.
So, but actually, let me watch this play. Number 4, back. He's gonna run for it. He scores! He does score.
Holy
he actually
shit.
does see the score.
Holy shit.
And now he's mooning the crowd. It's an absolutely disgusting act from Chandler Morris, from Randy. Well, player's name is actually Chandler Morris.
Yeah.
But it might be. He barely hit the little orange thing.
Yeah, the pylon.
Does that count does that count?
It should.
Okay. Well, Well, they might take it back to fuck the kids. Okay, conservatism. All right, you ready for this definition?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Conservatism is a cultural, social, and political philosophy and ideology that seeks to promote and preserve traditional institutions, customs, and values.
That's it?
That's it, yeah.
Let me write it down. Traditional. We'll go point by point. Institutions.
They're going for 2, by the way, Virginia Tech.
Traditional values. And then what was the other thing? Institutions, values, and what?
Well, hang on. Oh, he's got it. Virginia Tech. But there's a flag. Value, institutions, customs, and values.
Okay, cool.
So it's that feels a little vague, doesn't it?
It does.
Because if our values are we beat the kids, which sometimes we do, you know, or if I give my dog a blowjob, and if I pass it on to the children, I'm conserving the values of giving the dog a blowjob, I guess. Yeah, and it does note in another sentence that conservatism may vary on the list of culture and civilization appears, which is, I mean, you could have Hindu conservative, Buddhist conservative. But yeah, those are our 3, you know, it's funny too, because all 3 can work together, sort of.
Oh, look,
like there's different...
On that page, it says nuclear family.
Well, right, yeah.
It says
nuclear family, organized religion, the military, the nation state, property rights, and this is rule of law, aristocracy, monarchy. The military, that's like a German and American thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? That came out of nowhere, right?
They fucking love their fucking military. It's the biggest difference between like Ron Paul and John McCain, basically, and even Donald Trump. Like, Ron Paul doesn't really want a military, quite honestly. The entire GOP, I mean, really since 1945, they want a military. So
I'm going to include the ones I'm going to leave off are aristocracy and monarchy. I'm going to leave those off because
in America, we don't have them.
So let's go point by point, Paul. Traditional institutions, are you in favor? Yes or no?
Oh, big time.
Okay, big yes for you. And me, what am I going to say for traditional? What is meant by traditional institutions, and how does it differ from values and customs?
Well, we live in this liberal society that's got rid of all of them, but it usually meant church, family, the big 3: church, family, town.
Oh, I want churches. I definitely want churches.
Church, family, town. Yeah, those change, you know? I mean, one could be the military, you know?
Yeah. How about traditional values? Are you saying yes or no?
Yeah, all 3 of the big yeses. That's conservative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Am I going to say yes to traditional customs? Let me think. Because, I can't think of what a new custom would be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless we import it, right?
Well, a liberal would say there are no set customs. You can do what you want.
No, that's bullshit.
Okay, that's a liberal. That's a liberal.
Traditional values. Sure, I'll say yes.
Customs and values are kind of connected.
Sure, customs are okay. Nuclear family. Are we saying yes? Are you saying yes or no?
Big yes. Big yes.
Yes, I'm gonna say no. I don't really give a. I mean, even though it's such a, I feel like it's such an important.
But it's not the needed super duper thing.
It's very important. I'm gonna say no with an asterisk, only because I want there to be families. They don't have to be nuclear, you know.
Right. Okay.
Organized religion.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, imagine you saying no.
No, I can't. No, whoa. Some will, though. No, some Catholics, a lot of Catholics, actually, those are liberal Catholics. They will say it's a private thing. We don't need it in the public sphere.
I think
my thing, you know?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Military. Are you saying yes to the military or no?
Actually, well, Florida State just scored.
Nice.
So now they're going to go for the 2-point. I'm torn. I don't know. I don't think that feels like that changes with the times, you know?
I think I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes to that.
Yeah, I guess I'd say no. It's not. I'd be like a little no.
And then the nation, the idea of the nation state. Can you explain what that means to me?
Yeah. So the nation state, the nation, the state, the country you live in,
like the sovereignty, right? Like that.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's a big yes for me, and I'm assuming it's a yes for you.
Yeah, but well, not as because I'm a Catholic though. That's why.
Yeah,
I seek to conserve the Catholic Church. That America go either way.
And then rule of law. That's a big yes for me.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, a little. Not as much of a yes for me though.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, because I can understand why the law could be used to break people. That's where I get in a little bit of a lib.
Yeah.
And then we skipped property rights, but we kind of covered that,
right?
right?
In liberalism, yeah.
Oh, we covered that with liberalism.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where the liberal sneaks into the conservative a little with the property rights stuff.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting.
So, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the monarchy, you could probably include a strong president, which actually I do prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And aristocracy is more of a group of people who are pretty powerful, which actually I'm not a fan of the ones in power now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a little less certain of. But you probably need a pretty strong monarch or chief executive. So.
All right, we've got this is a good framework. I like this framework that we got.
Yep. Yeah, so what do you...
Holy shit, Paul, I was not... No, I am recording. Never mind. We're good.
I can't tell how many times I've made that fucking mistake.
I got scared. I looked at the... There's like two numbers. Like, there's two timers.
Yeah.
One of them is for my... One of them is for if I'm streaming, and one of them is for if I'm recording. And I looked at the one for streaming, and I thought it was 0, 0, and I'm like, holy shit, but no, we're good. We're good.
Okay, we're good. Big sad. It's also another reason to break it up too. You don't want to be 2 hours into something. It's like, oh, we forgot to record it.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, they overturned the call for Florida State. Go Kids. That's pouring out for the kids. Go Kids. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean,
see, it's weird. Like,
so
when these are all grouped up together, like when all these like rights are grouped up together, it's like a weird way of viewing it. Like, I feel like if I were to list them out and like not tell somebody what's what, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be what they think they are.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if they're not educated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So which extremes on the because I'm the same way, but which extremes in the left are interested in, and which extremes on the right are you interested in?
Okay, let me take a look at.
Yeah,
I guess would you say because liberalism is very like it feels like a very centrist ideology, but
it is. But pause. Oh, yeah. Never mind. The timeout. It's 4th and 12, so this is the last play of the game.
Nice.
And there's a timeout. Liberalism is what?
It seems like they usually tout liberalism up as if it's at odds with conservatism, but I don't think it is.
It isn't? No. They can work together.
Yeah.
Well, they can. The problem is the conflict is when the individual gets in the way of the collective and vice versa. Or so, to use the words used in the definition, when does tradition supersede the individual?
Yeah.
That's the idea. Or when does tradition supersede equality before the law? So that's kind of the issue. Um, yeah, look through yeah, because I'm my position. It's probably pretty economically left, and then socially right. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that sounds
As
like
in
me
we,
too.
yeah, well, it's apparently a lot of people too.
I get,
Um,
I guess it's like, okay, let's go through rights of the individual, right?
well, we could go through we could do that. There's an American context where you could go through that. Oh, let's play. Let's play. Oh. Intercepted, yeah. Oh, Virginia Tech did it. They rushed the stadium. Oh my God, that kid's back and shooting everyone. He was a Florida State fan. Fuck. No, that's I love it when they do rush the stadium. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, Florida State. Mate. Well, you know what? It's funny. There's because the playoff is 12 spots now. They can make it in. They can maybe make it.
How many losses do they have?
They have one now.
Oh, they're good. They're still
So
in. They're still in. Yeah.
yeah, they're in. Yeah, damn. All right, it's pretty cool. They really wow. All right. Yeah, it's totally swamped. Now no, he's got another guy, the kid, the Asian kid. Fuck. They're putting on work on state next too, so that's fun. So I get to keep watching, I guess. So I do like night games like that. It's almost relaxing. You just turn there's a game going on in the fucking California.
Yeah.
Well, because all right, so in America, the way liberalism translates, it's the sexy stuff. It's really the big one. I mean, it's abortion, same-sex marriage.
Like let's build it up ourselves. Like let's build this framework up ourselves. So like what do you think is the most important right of the individual in your opinion?
Probably a right not to your body not to be harmed.
Okay, let's put that down.
But then it's tough because then it's like, well, what if you harm someone else's body? You know? That's where rights get confusing. Because it's like, well, what if you break some? You know, it's fucking weird. It's a weird, you know. But yeah, that's probably a good one to start with. I mean, there's natural rights that gets into that, like what, you know. That's its own part of philosophy.
Maybe we could just start with the Bill of Rights.
Is it
too American?
A little, but it's a good starting point. First Amendment, freedom of speech, because those are ideas where it's like these are rights you're born with that you just kind of they can't be taken away because they literally can't, you know. So like no one can take away your freedom of speech because you'll always think things, right?
Yeah.
Your freedom to self-defense is you're always gonna have that. You have a body, you know.
Wait, let me pull that up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go through them one by fucking one just to make it. Yeah, let's go through the first 10 amendments. Okay. Let's go. Number 1, right? Freedoms, petitions, and assembly. How are we feeling?
Yeah, well, mostly.
Mostly?
Mostly, because it's like, that could, again, it's the guy at the dinner table reaming Justin Bieber lyric. Does he have a right to do that?
I'm gonna say, okay. Let me, hold on. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition government for redress of grievances. I'm going to say the religious freedom is very important.
Yeah. I mean, some conservative in America is also the right thing doesn't account for what happens when you have a multicultural society. It just doesn't account. That's what they'll say. I do agree with them. There's situations when it's not where it doesn't make any more sense.
Just a glow up on some wavy, super cool wavy. Super cool, collecting cash and confident. I run this shit, no jogging, and I'm off the deep. The end is near. Waves crash, can I crash it? For a couple days and I'm out your hair. Young sensei, teach you and take you there. I'm on a new way. Ever since I came back, chillin'. 12 months prior, yeah, I was trippin'. Shit was different back then, but it depends who you ask. I was lost back then. With the twisted two paths, you can do this or do that. How about neither me? Things I do that. Fuck it, 2 cents, I will never need that. Now nigga promise I'll never need that. Yeah, never listen to a bitch, nigga. Never follow one.